Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode by Outkast Panda Crew. Today we're looking at 10 cool diesels to modify. Let's go!
Like a Hellcat.
Right, so today's video is about diesel, coal-powered monster torque, pulling like a train, no smoke, no poke cars. If diesel isn't your thing, we are going to go and change your mind with 10 diesel cars you can enjoy modifying. Starting at number 10, we are going to look at the Ford Mondeo MK3. The 2.2 TDCI. This engine is a ZSD422 engine made by Mazda, making 155 brake horsepower and 360 Newton meters of torque. So how do we make it faster? You can start with decat, straight pipe and better induction. While we're there, bigger intercooler, which means more dense air going straight to the turbo. Then it has to be remapped to make sure you benefit from your mods. After that, there is loads of things. Bonnet vents are my favourite, and there are plenty of big brake kits out there. Ford has a huge aftermarket community, so you won't need to be in the dark thinking of inspiration. Some of the diesel engines can almost make 220 brake horsepower with 460 Newton meters of torque, and that's pretty good. At number 9, the Mini Cooper SD. Now this has a 2-litre inline-4 turbo with a 0 to 60 time of about 8.1 seconds, so it's not quick yet. If you have the Mini R56, you start with around 140 brake horsepower. With a quick remap, you can take it to 200 brake horsepower with Celtic tuning. If you have the F56 Mini, you start shy of about 170 brake horsepower, but with the decat, better induction, DPF delete, you're looking roughly at about the 260 brake horsepower mark. That's with the tuning company Celtic Tuning. There are plenty of body kits to choose from and huge spoilers galore. There's a massive community from Mini enthusiasts that can guide you down the modified rabbit hole chasing numbers and paint jobs. We love the sound of a modified diesel Mini, and you should too. Repping the number 8 spot, pulls like a train, you guessed it, it is the Mark IV Golf GT TDI 1.9. Now the TDI has 150 brake with 320 Newton meters standard of pure train pulling power. I've seen people make these engines go to a mad 450 brake horsepower. Now obviously loads of modifying has gone into that car, but where do you start? That's the hard question, because you can pretty much do anything you want and more, from hundreds of body kits, alloys, suspension options, straight pipes, bigger turbo, bigger intercoolers, redo the whole trim. The list is actually endless. You can spend proper Fast and Furious money or proper POV spec it and still looks cool. Sure, Mighty Car Mods pissed on one and it's still cool. Oh, and it chews like a professional. You want a Mark IV TDI. Coming in hard at number 7 is the MG ZT. Okay, don't freak out, break the internet. It's got a BMW engine with the M47 and a whopping 135 brake horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque. The MG can go from 0 to 60 in 11 seconds. Wait, what? Did I read that right? It's based on a Rover 75. Oh my god, balls. No, I'm out. Do you know what? Do you know what else has got an M47 engine? A BMW E60. Yeah, so here's pictures and videos of an E60. Okay, so the engine does have timing belt issues, but what would you rather break down in? A Rover 75 or a BMW E60? Plus you get to look mean, beefy with a few body kits, or like an Eastern European mafia gangster. So you know, slab swag. At number 6, might as well continue on with the BMW theme here. This is the E92 330D. Although funny enough, you can get the M47 in the E92 as well. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the inline 6 turbo with just over 240 brake horsepower and 370 Newton meters of torque standard. That's some decent pulling power. With a remap and nothing else, people can get 320 brake horsepower, and if you go down that rabbit hole of modifying it a little bit more, some people are saying 500 brake horsepower, which is awesome. Good luck controlling that power though. Aesthetically modifying the E92, I actually prefer the minimalist look. A small splitter and a subtle rear diffuser, maybe even twin exhausts. For me, that's it. I think less is more on this car. Taking the number 5 spot is the Peugeot 306 diesel turbo. This car is class. A bit of old school tinkering and you could be rolling coal all day long. First off, straight pipe. Then adjust the turbo wastegate to allow maximum boost. Then turn up the fuel on the injection pump to match, and there you go. Plenty more to do, but that will get you started. I love these little French cars. There is so much you can do with body kits. This was the max power go-to car, so you should have plenty of choice with bumpers, skirts, spoilers, and at the moment they're fairly cheap to get a hold of and easy to insure. So go get your next project car, a 306 diesel turbo. Bouncing off the limiter at 4 is the Mazda B Series. We're talking about the Mark IV and Mark V. These are a bit of a wild card and old school, but seriously cool. The B2500 engine is the 2.5 litre inline 4 turbo, smashing out at about 100 horsepower. That's the most powerful one, but any pickup will do. The engines are pretty bomb-proof and simple to work on, but you can modify the fluff out of these, even make them into drift cars. This wildcard has the potential to do anything, either jack it up or slam it down. It will steal the show. Fairly easy to come by, the only issue is commercial insurance, so be careful. Gracing our list at 3 is the Audi A5, the 3 litre V6 TDI. Standard, these come at 240 brake horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. This engine really does pull like a train and sounds amazing with a straight pipe. Just a retune by Celtic Tuning says 300 brake horsepower. Now these modern cars are so restricted from factory, it is mental what you can do with some hefty modifying. Stay like straight pipe, bigger turbo, bigger injectors, bigger intercooler and all the supporting mods. I could see this motor easy reach 450 or 480 brake horsepower and maybe even 800 plus Newton meters of torque. Now the exterior mods on this, again, I am disappointed with myself by saying less is more. I'm a huge fan of max power. I am literally the max power fanboy #1. But for this Audi A5, a lip kit and bags will do me. Rounding up at number 2 is the Lexus IS220D, the 2nd gen. These bad boys are starting to become a little bit more popular. With 150 brake horsepower standard and 310 Newton meters, it's not a bad place to start. With a straight pipe and some supporting mods and a remap, you can get this up to 220 brake horsepower and around 460 Newton meters of torque. Now that's decent enough, because let's be honest, the only things you're going to be doing with this Lexus is either VIP style or drift slag. Outkast Panda Crew loves both styles and this car does both very well. You can pick up an IS220D for around 1500 quid, which is amazing value for what you get. And smashing the walls at number 1 is the Subaru Impreza hatch. This diesel boxer engine sounds phenomenal. The hatch engine is known as the EE20, producing 150 brake horsepower and around 350 Newton meters of torque, which is fairly similar to the Lexus, but this, with an uneven exhaust manifold and a straight pipe, has the engine sound in a different league of its own. The hatch can be modified in different ways, like a rally rep or a Rocket Bunny wide arch kit, or even STI reps. It's cheaper to insure, and the MPG is much better than its petrol brother, so why not have fun in a diesel boxer that looks and sounds good. Thanks for watching this episode on diesel engines that you can modify. If you liked the episode, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to write your comments in the section below. What other diesel engines are really good to modify? See you next time.